Hello friends, so I'm back with another process video. It's a 12 by 12 using this absolutely freaking gorgeous cut file, and I will leave the link of the designer below. She has a ton of free cut files on her blog. I saw this on my Facebook news feed and I just about died. It's so beautiful. I know I'm like maybe overreacting a little bit, but I accidentally didn't save it. So I searched, I kid you not, for like hours looking for it. I don't know why it didn't come up, but eventually someone else posted it because they loved it so much and I found it and I was so happy and here I am finally using it. Um, these are the photos that I'm scrapping. So it is a little bit of like pink and yellow and orange. So I decided to make the flowers pink and the leaves yellow, and then they'll love that polka dot in the middle. Um, Pretty self-explanatory. I just back the cut file. This does take quite a long time. It doesn't bother me that much because I think I know in the end it's so worth it. Um, but yeah, in her cut file, when I later looked at it, I realized she made some of the flowers to different colors, and in retrospect, I kind of wish I did that too. I still think that it turned out really pretty regardless, but I do kind of wish I would have made like a couple more flowers, just a different color, just to separate it, but it's fine. I will say, make sure that your cardstock silhouette blade is put maybe a little bit higher because it is a pretty intricate design and I found myself having to really cut on my own some of these pieces. So since it's so delicate, it kind of roughed up a couple of the edges. You can't really tell at all, but it took me quite a while to detach this from my sheet. Um, so just make sure that your settings are correct. If your blade is getting a little dull, I think that's kind of what my issue was. I would highly suggest making sure with such a delicate cut file that you are doing that. So I just cut it out and then I glue onto the cut file and then I set my cut file onto the traced piece of flour. That's what I'm going to do for every single piece of this backing until I'm done. Yay! And then when you are all done, it should look a little bit like this. Yay! And your cat will enjoy it too, apparently. She seriously loves to jump up like at the right time, right? Turn on your camera and then your cat just jumps up. But anyway, I freaking love this. And then I did back it with foam because I wanted it to kind of be a little bit more layered. I'm taking a Distress ink and I'm just spraying the back of it. It's a very light pink, just to kind of umph up the paper in the background because the cut file is white and I don't want white on white. So just taking the back of this, spraying it, and then adding some extra water driblets, and then I'm going to leave it like that. Here's a quick clip of me just backing up the cut file with some fun foam that I got from Target, super cheap. When you are using like such big areas, I think it's just cost effective to use this. Maybe it takes a little bit longer than, foam that already has adhesive, but I guarantee you it is cheaper. And I add glue to the back, and when I glue down my cut file, I will glue the opposite side as well because the sticky tape doesn't quite stick, the one that I have, like a roller. So this is what I'm going to do for the whole cut file until I am ready to glue it onto my paper. So now that my background is dry, I'm just kind of setting this down, making sure that everything looks good, trying to figure out exactly where I want my two photos. And I love these photos. It's from a cardboard boat regatta that we have. I'm pretty sure I've scrapped years past as well. But it was like Hollywood duos or movie duos. So me and my boyfriend dressed up as Felicity Shagwell and Austin Powers. And I actually have, I think, a tutorial on this channel back when it used to be a beauty video channel. I did not keep like almost any of them, any of the videos. I just kind of got burnt out by doing that. And I used to like work at Sephora. So it was really fun while it lasted, but I'm still privately, you know, loving beauty stuff, but anyway, you can still check that out in case you want to know how to look like Felicity Shagwell. But I went ahead and glued this down since this glue does take quite a while to dry. I can still tuck my photos beneath it. I wish I would have been a little bit more careful because I ended up getting glue on the photo, but since it was tucked, you couldn't tell. But just be careful when you're testing it. So I'm just kind of checking, making sure that this is where I want my photos to be and zooming y'all out a little bit more. I'm really happy that I ended up fitting 2 photos on here. I know that, you know, one photo is a trend, and I do love doing one photo layouts, don't get me wrong, but I loved both of these photos. I loved the zoomed in one where you can see our faces a little bit more on the blurred background, but at the same time I wanted everyone to see the full outfit as well. But it's kind of hard when, you know, you're making a layout, you don't want it to be too overwhelming, but it's all about the photo anyway. So I'm happy that I fit 2 photos and a cut file on here. And once this was finished, it really came together quickly. I was trying to decide if I wanted to back any of the photos with the pattern paper, but I decided not to at the end of the day because, again, the cut file is kind of overwhelming. And I don't want to add too much layers on the background. I just want, you know, the cut file and the photos to be the focus of it. So I'm sitting here contemplating, kind of looking at what is to the left of me in my January Citrus Twist kit, trying to figure out what I want to use. I do decide I want to add a little bit more color to the background of that photo. I felt like there wasn't enough pink kind of showing through. So I went ahead and just added some more of the Distress spray. And I think it's about time for me to get a new poster board for the back. Like, it's getting so dirty. But anyway, I love how this Distress ink just fits so perfectly. I saw this captured die cut and I thought that it matched perfectly. I wanted to use it, but I felt like it was just too much yellow and it was getting lost in there, so I ultimately decided not to use that captured die cut. So here I'm just replacing my photos down. I picked up some of the puffy stickers that were made exclusively for Citrus Twist kits by Pink Fresh Studio. So I just decided to put down my photos and then embellish after that. Kind of took me quite a while to figure out what I wanted to do embellishment wise, because when you do have a cut file, sometimes you just don't want to overwhelm it, like I said before. So I have these really cute enamel dots. They match so perfectly to the photos, the cut file. So I'm just adding little clusters of these enamel dots. So cute. And I'm actually going to upload a sister Project Life page to this with the rest of the photos from the Cardboard Boat Regatta. And I'm going to show you guys how I tied in this layout to my Project Life layout. And you'll see that in an upcoming video. I took a label and then I just put this on the back of the photo just to add a little pop of yellow right behind there. And then I added a little label puffy sticker. I don't know why I missed that, but right at the bottom of the other photo, I'm not going to write anything on there, but I decided to open up this pack of word stickers, add a couple right where I put captured. I felt like I wanted to draw, I don't want to draw the eye over there because obviously the photo is supposed to be focusing, but just try to do like a little triangle of embellishment. So I have, you know, the little enamel dots, and then I wanted to add a little cluster right to the bottom with word stickers. And that's pretty much all that I did, and while the cut file did seem to take a while, it really came together quite nicely. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and stay tuned to see my Project Life page that's going to match this. And if you want to see that, don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications every time I upload. And thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye!